Okay, so today we are looking at slide 24, 25, and 26, equations with fractions and decimals. So let's look at this first problem. And let me zoom in quite a bit. So this is the first problem. And what we are going to do is we're just going to work this out. And then we'll talk about what we need to do in order to work it out in an easier way. So let's do how we would solve this. So draw your line down your equal sign. We're going to solve it the way we always know how to do it. So I need to get all the D's on one side. So there's already D's over here. So I'm going to do minus 1/3. But in order to do this, I need to get a common denominator. So what would our common denominator of the denominators is 6 and 3? 6. No, you can't go down. You got to go up. It's a multiple, not a divisor. Okay, so we are going to multiply top and bottom by something that'll make the 3 a 6. So times 2. So then that becomes negative 2/6. Oh, sorry. Just moving my finger around. There we go. So now I can look at it as 5/6 D minus 2/6 D, which would be 5 minus 2 is 3 over 6 D. Equals, that cancels, 2. Okay, so now what do I need to do?
Multiply by the reciprocal.
Multiply by the reciprocal. That's right. What's the reciprocal of 3/6? 6/3 on both sides. This creates 1, so it's D equals, multiply straight across, what would that be? 12 over 3, which equals 4. So D equals 4. Okay, but we also have to check it by plugging in our solution into the place of D. So we'll do 5 over 6 times 4 equals 1/3 times 4 plus 2. We're going to see if that's true. We have a calculator on the Chromebook that you can use to plug it in. Or I have these back here if you want to use one of the handheld ones, you can do that. If you use one of my calculators, just leave it on your desk whenever you leave, and I'll sanitize it and put it away. Alpha? No. Is it alpha y equals? There we go. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yes, ma'am, they're equal.
They're equal 5 over 6 times 4, which is 10 over 3. And then 1 over 3 times 4 plus 2, 10 over 3. So it is correct. Okay, so how many of y'all like dealing with finding common denominator, subtracting, then dealing with all that? Okay. I'm going to show you an easier way. Okay. It might be confusing in the beginning, but once you get it, you're like, This makes my life so much easier. Okay, so let's rewrite the equation. Okay, and I'm going to show you the steps. We are going to clear out the fractions. To clear out the fractions, we are going to find the LCD. So, clear fractions. Step 1, find the LCD. Do y'all remember what LCD is? Least common denominator, right?
Bless you.
Bless you. Step 2, it says multiply every term in the equation by the LCD. So multiply every term by the LCD. Okay, then the third step, all fractions will be gone. Solve as usual. Fractions should be gone. Dash solve as usual. Okay, so it's like magic. You magically get rid of all these of the fractions. So we look for the LCD. So we would find the LCD of 6 and 3. What is the LCD? No, it's a divisor, which is actually a multiple of whatever we already have. So what can 6 and 3 be multiplied by to get the same number or make the same number? It'd be 6. So the LCD of 6 and 3 is 6. I think our calculator does that too. Let me look it up. Least common multiple, I think that's the same thing. Okay, I can show you how to get it. If you're not sure, you can use your calculator. You go to catalog down here, second 0, which is catalog. And then we want to go to the L's. So click on where the L is, which is the parenthesis. And we can actually just look for LCM, which is least common multiple, which is the same as least common denominator, of 6, 3, close parenthesis. When you do that, it finds your least common denominator. So if you want to write those steps down, go to catalog, LCM. You go to catalog, and then go to L, then go to LCM. So I would type in LCM 6, 3. And it equals 6. So that way, if you're unsure of how to find the least common denominator, this is the easiest way, using your calculator. Okay, so it says find the LCD, which we did. Now multiply every term by the LCD. So I'm going to multiply this thing by 6. So I put parentheses around them. There's a line down there, equal sign. And then multiply the next term times 6 and the next term times 6. So every single term. So what is 6 times 5 6? It's 5. Yeah, you could do it over 1. Yeah. So that'd be 30 over 6, or you could simplify 6 over 6 is 1, just leaving us 5. 5D equals 6 times 1/3. It's 2 because it'd be 6 over 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. D plus 12. Fractions should be gone. Are they gone?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, awesome. So now solve like normal. So how do we do this?
You bring the 2 and you're solve.
Yep, so minus 2D, minus 2D. Five minus 2 is 3D equals 12. Then the last step.
That's so easy.
I like it. I think it makes those fractions go bye-bye, and whatever we can do to make those fractions go by, it's good. Okay, so now I want you to do the next one. Oh, we need to take a picture and insert it here. So go to insert, image, camera.
Which one, both of them?
Let's do the clear and the fraction one. So just that. There we go. And then fill in, what's the LCD? It's 6. So fill that in. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. So let's write that down in our journal. Half x minus third x equals 1/4 x minus 1. So step 1 is to find the LCM. So we are finding the LCM or LCD of 2, 3, and 4. Can our calculator do all 3 of those?
No.
Do what?
No, wait, well, I tried it, but there.
Let's see, because I don't remember. It's 12. Yeah, it is 12.
Yeah.
Does it work? Nope. It doesn't like having more than 2. Okay, so that one. So between 2 and 3 is 6. Between 3 and 4 is 12. So you pick the largest one. So if I were to do between 3 and 4, that's 12. And if you think about 2, 3, and 4, the largest number that all of them can be turned into is 12. Okay, so what are we going to do now?
Multiply everything by 12.
Yep, multiply everything by 12. You can leave it as negative, or you can change it to just minus. Either way is fine. You'll still get a minus because we're multiplying by a positive. Okay, 12 times 1/2. So 6x. 12 times 1/3. So minus 4x equals 12 times 1/4. 12 times a 1. 12, so minus 12. Thank goodness, that looks so much easier. I don't have fractions anymore. Okay, draw your line down your equal sign and let's solve it out. I need to simplify both sides first. So 6x minus 4x. 2x equals 3x minus 12. We usually move the smaller x to the other side, but does it really matter? It doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and just move this 3x to the other side by doing minus 3x. 2x minus 3x. Yeah, negative x. So let's do negative 1x equals negative 12. And then how do I make this x equals?
Divided by negative.
Yeah, divided by negative 1. So I get x equals negative divided by negative makes it a positive 12. All right, now we just need to check it. So check 1/2 times 12 minus 1/3 times 12 equals, oh, that's a question mark. Forgot to do that in the last one too. 1/4 times 12 minus 1. Oh, because that's the LCM. But it doesn't always work like that. Because this one, the answer was 4, even though our LCM was 6. This one, the LCM was 12, our answer was 12. But it's just a coincidence. Winky dink.
They're equal.
Okay. So that's 2, and then 1/4 times 12 minus 1. So yes, they are equal. 2 equals 2. So we checked it. Okay, take a picture of this, post it on your digital interactive notebook.
Show the check.
Okay, so I inserted the image and I updated my LCD. All right, so let's move on. Equations with decimals now. Okay, so I have to go do a new page. I'm out of room. Equations with decimals. (1.2y minus 0.4 equals 0.1y plus 1.8. I don't know what it is about decimals, but it just makes my head hurt. Decimals and fractions. All right, so what do you say we try it just the way it is? They're like, let's just learn the trick. No, let's try it the way it is. Okay, how do we solve this? What do I need to do? Yeah, so I need to subtract 0.1y, 0.1y, and then simplify it. 1.2 minus 0.1. Okay, and then add 0.4. Make sure you have your decimals lined up. 1.8 plus 0.4. See what? And then divide by 1.1. Y equals 2. That's really not that bad, right? Okay, so we could actually do these decimals without the trick. But I'm going to show you the trick anyway. All right, so let's check our work. So 1.2 times 2 minus 0.4 equals question mark 0.1 times 2 plus 1.8. One 1.2 times 2 minus 0.1 times 2 plus 1.8. So it worked. 2 equals 2. Okay, so let's look at our notes on how to clear decimals. To clear decimals, in one step, find the term with the most decimal places and determine which power of 10 it can be multiplied with to make it a whole number. Multiply every term by that power of 10, then solve as usual. Basically, if we multiply by 10, what does that do to a decimal? It what? It makes it a whole number depending on what power of 10 you use. So let's look at the equation again. So if I look at all the numbers, what power of 10 would I multiply to make these all whole numbers? 10. So multiply every term by a power of 10. But you got to use the same power of 10. So on this one, if I multiply it by 10, that actually just moves my decimal over one place. If I do like that. Multiply by 10 moves the decimal over one place. Multiply by 10 moves the decimal over one place. Multiply by 10 moves the decimal over one place. So then that changes it to 12y minus 4 equals 1y plus 18. Now we solve as usual. So minus 1y minus 1y. 11y minus 4 equals 18 plus 4 plus 4. 11y equals 22. Divide by 11. Y equals 2. You like just working out decimals? File, reopen. What did I just do? Close my tab. So would you rather deal with decimals or would you rather deal with clearing them out? Decimal one either way is easy. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and insert this in here. And then we'll do the next one. I'm going to pause it. Okay, write the next problem down. And let's solve it out. Okay, we are going to use the clearing the decimal out. So what power of 10 would I need to multiply by to get rid of the decimal? 100, because there's two numbers on this one and behind the decimal and then two numbers here. So that means my power of 10 is 100. Multiply by 100. And when you do that, you move the decimal over 2 places. So that's now 1 point, or sorry, not point. The decimal's gone. 120x 1, 2 plus 175 equals times 100, 1, 2, 145x times 100, 1, 2, 50 minus 50. Draw your line down your equal sign. And we need to move things around. Does it matter which way? What do y'all want to do? Do we want to move the 120x or the 145x?
120.
120 because it's smaller. So that's 175 equals 25x minus 50. And then plus 50 on both sides. 225 equals 25x. Divide by 25. What is that?
9.
9. So 9 equals x. And then you always plug it back into the original to check it. So 1.2 times 9 plus 1.75 equals, question mark, 1.45 times 9 minus 0.5. .55. So that means we did it right. So our answer is 9. Okay, we have about 8 minutes left. So your assignment for today is to finish slide 26. There are just 4 problems. Okay, anytime you need to distribute, like on 8 and 9 and 10, you can go ahead and distribute those before you get rid of the fraction. Distribute before clearing the fraction or decimal. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. Make sure that you put your notes in there, and then you complete slide 26 with all of the pictures of your problems.